Okay, good morning, everybody. It's Cassandra. Hope you're doing all right today. Let me see if I'm actually in the frame of the camera and not way above it. Okay, guys. Oh, I should be. That's good right there. All right. So basically, this is Cassandra in the kitchen this morning, and another day is terrorist training camp. Are you ready? Yep. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm putting together a pie. Basically, this is really easy to do. I just buy the pie shell from Walmart. Let them sit out here and unthaw a little bit, about 15 minutes or so. That's what I'm going to do about it today. And then, but I like to do one other thing a little bit different. This is going to be a cherry pie, but I'm going to add some brown sugar to it and just mix it up in a bowl before I put it into the shell because that brown sugar actually helps the whole. So, but I have to watch it though because mom is a diabetic. But so I watch her sugar, I regulate it, I check it every day. Make sure she gets the shots that she needs. But she's sleeping right now, and I have to wake her up here shortly to get her medicine and all that kind of stuff to check everything out. Make sure oxygen's good, her blood sugar's good, her blood pressure's good. All those things that every trans terrorist ought to be doing, right? Yeah. I don't know why I'm so winded. Phew. Got to catch my breath. I'm gonna turn the fan on though. Is that too loud? Maybe. Let me do one other thing too, because I need to turn J HUD down a little bit. Turn that down a little bit. Show it's in the recording. Okay. So there we go. Got that ready. And I'll be doing the stuff when mom wakes up. Got to clean out a few things here. All right. So just bear with me. When we get the bowl together, you're going to watch me do the trans terrorist training camp in the kitchen. I've already preheated the oven to 400 degrees. Now you follow the directions on the back of the package. Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing? I think so. So let me get a bowl. Then after this, the goal is to make some peppers and onions and stuff like that, kind of saute some things together to make up some peppers, onions, ham, and scrambled eggs. A little bit of cheese in that. That could be for mom and sisters. My brother doesn't eat breakfast eggs, we'll tear him off pieces. So let me go ahead and get the strawberries in the pot here, in the pan. Dump those into there. Yeah, there's a lot of sugar in this. But you know, it tastes good, and I can regulate this. I can regulate the insulin if I need to. When I need to. So I'm using my little handy dandy little scraper thing, spatula. One of those, I think it's a racial rake I got somewhere. No. Oh, it's this. Oh, it is, what is that? That's country girl thing. Anyway, I get all this stuff out of there. Get it all out. Take your time and do it right. But I'm going to add one thing to this. We're going to make it just a little bit sweeter before I put it into the pie shell. Set that over there into the sink. And what I'm going to add next, though, is some brown sugar. Now, brown sugar. Grab one of these handy dandy spatulas. Scoops in the back. Grab me a spoonful of that, and actually it's a big ladle full of it. Put it right in there with that. That's going to make it taste really good. I'm going to put all that back in there, get everything out of my way. I don't like having everything all crowded together as much as I can. And that there is I kind of blend all this together. So I'm just going to blend it together with my handy dandy little manual blender. This is a terrorist training camp, and I got to turn myself into the FBI at some point in time. I did try to call them last night. I didn't get a hold of anyone worth talking to. Matter of fact, I couldn't reach anyone. So I blend all that together and put that in there. Now, next thing I want to do is I'm going to put this into one of these pie shells. Get this out of the way. Pour this into a pie shell. And scrape all that out. You can see I'm just scraping it out of the bottom, making sure it all comes out there. I don't want anything left. I have to eat with a spoon, right? That's what we used to do growing up. Mom would fix stuff around here. She'd fix cakes and stuff like that. And oh my gosh, all of us wanted to have the spoon and the bowl and the mixer parts. I mean, we were really into it. You'd make a fresh cake or something like that, make it from scratch. With all the raw eggs in it, and we would just still dig right in. And we're all still here. You know, and I know that Mom probably took some Tylenol whenever we were around, whenever we were incubating. and none of us have autism. Huh. Okay. Put my dirty bowl over in the sink. And, hold on a minute. Stay with me here. Let's see. Anyone commenting or on here with me? Anybody here? Yeah, somebody's watching. Anyway, so welcome to training camp in the kitchen. So I'm making a pie. This is a cherry pie. I added some brown sugar with it. I'm gonna grab me some gloves though, because this next part requires me to take that pie shell right there, the second one, put it on top of that one. So I'm gonna use some gloves for this. Probably wouldn't hurt to put a little bit of flour on there to make them less sticky. But then after that, I want to grab some butter. Grab some butter out of the refrigerator and put it on top. Kind of melt it a little bit and brush it on top so that it just turns brown. I could put an egg on top of that too, and it turned really pretty brown, you know. That would do it. I'll do that. As a matter of fact, just thinking out loud, right? So let me see. I've got to get some. I've got the shoot already. So one thing I want to have handy though, I need to have a pair of scissors here. You can use a knife as well, but yeah, scissors 4 or 5 tricks you learn along the way. Here we got to separate this from that. Let's see if I can get it off. Yes. Just hang on. Got to separate this pie shell from the pan that it's in. I'm putting that on top of that. Trying to give it the heel of the shell on the top. Yeah, there we go. Now let me see if I can get this out without destroying. That's the trick, right? You got to get one out without destroying. So here we go. A little at a time. Be very patient. Got to be patient with these things. Let me see if I can do this without tearing up the pieces. You know something? It's malleable. I can actually fix it. So I get it too release. It might not fall down in there just right. Okay. My niece down in South Carolina, she's probably looking at me going, all right, Cassandra, that's not how you do that. She makes cakes and she's really good. So we get all this stuff separated here. And I'm going to, we should make it like roll it out. What do you think? You think I can roll it loose and then unroll it here? On one side to the other. Let's see how that's right. I'm just going to put it in there kind of haphazardly because I'm going to do this anyway. Kind of cut it up. And yeah, it looks like a big mess, but it's going to turn out all right. Okay. Just have to bear with me here. I do want some cracks and gaps in it. That's how you're supposed to do it. Right? This is just a homemade little loaf, but not homemade. All this stuff is really good. So you put it like that. There you go. Now you got a chance to turn it out or you wish from here. Well, I guess it got too soft in the pan. But, so we got that, the little pies there. Now, yeah, I'm gonna put it on the pan. Put it on the pan because it will bubble out. So you don't want it to just go into your stove right all over the place. Put that there. And this just pull it apart with that a little bit. Okay, there we go. Just a little bit of routine fill. And if I can brush it, egg and put it right on the top of that. Get an egg, we're going to beat up the egg and then put the egg, kind of brush it on top of that what's left. Okay, I'm going to break that egg up, kind of beat it up with my brush a little, like this. Just give that golden brown look through all of it, okay? Brush it around the tree. Yeah. So I hope everybody's having a good day. I mean, this is part of the terrorist training camp. I know at 11 o'clock this morning, Eastern time, physical therapist person will come in from the hospital to kind of help mom a little bit. I'm not going to use all of it. Something else to wish me enough to kind of give that rough looking, hillbilly looking cherry pie. Brown blades on the top. Okay, all over that. Put this in the oven. It's already preheated to 400 degrees. Run this in here, that right there. And then go ahead and let it sit for about, I'm going to put it for 25, 30 minutes, about 30 minutes right now. Check it. Probably go another 10 or 20 after that. We'll see. Fine. I gotta go for 30 minutes and I'll do another 10 after that. I gotta check it. That's my warning to check the thing to make sure that this trans-terrorist training camp is going smoothly. That's good. Let's turn the fan on. Can you hear the fan? Probably, but I gotta have the fan on so some of this heat out here. It gets hot. It really does. It really does get hot. All right, next thing I want to do is I'm going to use this same bowl that I'm going to put eggs in. I'm going to do that in a minute. I got to get my cutting board out. Cut up some peppers, the sauteed peppers. Slices, cut them up, get an onion and do that. Pull some of these out. I kind of leave them like that until I need them. We'll get a nice little knife over here. This is a day in the life of the trans-terrorist from Kentucky. Yep. That's the first part, that right there. I'm going to wash these off there. It's just after I cut them up a little bit. I'm not doing too many because brother doesn't need mom and sister at the very level. Got that. Put all this back into the bag. Want to make sure it stays as fresh as possible and long as possible. You know. I don't seal these up all the way. Whenever you do this and put these in the refrigerator, just a little hint, they actually like to. They need to breathe just a little. You don't want to seal them tightly in that bag. So I'm just going to seal this Ziploc bag over about 3/4 of the way and leave the rest open just a little bit. So that go back in the refrigerator. You see, I have a tomato. And get fresh an onion. Nope. Oh, wow. Onions, another onions. So I'm going to get this tomato, and it gets cut up too and sauteed as well. That's the best thing, you know. That's what I like. I like if I had some hollandaise sauce, I could make it, but I don't really want to do that. It's a lot too. And it doesn't last very long. holiday sauce is fragile, to say the least. Okay, so here we go. We'll cut off this part of that tomato. I'm not going to use that. Actually, that in the trash. Cut this up into little pieces. Like that. So we rinse off these pieces. And I'm going to slice them a little bit thinner. Like that one. Let's see. Like that. That's good there. That's good. Doesn't have to be too careful. It's actually leaving just like the dog. No, not cut them. A little bit half, somewhere around there, maybe 3/4. There we go. Bite-sized chunks. Easier to deal with. Turn that cutting board around, put it right there, and get a pan. So let's see. Hi, everybody. As I said, this is Cassandra Williamson coming to you from the Trans Terrorist Training Camp in Pike County, Kentucky. Sure enough. Yep, hang on. We're getting ready for some major operations today, folks. Yeah, I got an oven with a pie in the bottom of it. There's a pan, actually, there's a cast iron skillet in there that's being seasoned as well. So I just gotta leave it in there. It doesn't hurt it at all. Leave that in there. And then let me get a pan out from down here. Right there, I'm gonna get this pan hot before I put any of that stuff in it. Do a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Put that on the bottom of this. Not much, just a little, just saute, just a little bit. I've got to get my little Tony Caceres Creole seasoning. That's the best. Sometimes I'll scramble the eggs with cheese in there with it. Sometimes I'll just fry the eggs, or even you can poach the eggs. It's up to you, however you like to do that. They're all good, and it'll be even better if I had some Hollandaise sauce. But you know, there's a hillbilly version of that. It's an American a slice of American cheese, just let it melt over top of all of it. Not quite the same, I know, but you know, sure enough, ways you can do things here. And let this thing spread around. I won't use that though. Hold on a minute. Get this. Spread that all around here a little bit. Okay, it's definitely getting warmer. You can see that it's starting to move and thin out a little bit. So that's what you do. You let it thin out, you know, because you have to make sure that you know you don't have a lot of your stuff just running all over the creation. So do that. I'll grab my cutting board. Right over here, just move it from the cutting board over there. I do have a food mover, but I don't need it. I'll let that out a little bit. It's high. I want this to kind of saute quickly. Okay, just kind of give it a caramelized look to it. It doesn't have to be translucent or anything like that. To me, I don't care if it's a little bit crunchy. I like it a little bit crunchy personally. Other people like it thin, where you can see through it and very soft. So those are tips for your training camp, folks. You really need to know that. And if anybody like the FBI is watching, or Laura Loomer, lives with TikTok people, or Chase Spears, who is the rat telling everybody about all the different people in the military who have, you know, have been associated with trans people or LGBT people for the past 20 years and getting take steps to kick them out. Come on over, Chase. I got some food for you. That's it. Oh, it smells good now. Starting to smell really good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So what I'm going to do then is just kind of set that there. Just I'm scrambling these eggs. Just gonna do it like that. Get that brush out of that. Water here, water right there. Break up a couple more eggs, maybe 3 more eggs. And this, I gotta get some ham cut up in there too. I forgot the ham. Oh my gosh. Gotta get some ham out of the refrigerator. I bought some ham one day about a month ago from Walmart, and I'm not used to ham having a really hot, spicy taste to it. I just have never saw that before. I bought this ham. You get here, we couldn't eat it. It was so hot. It was so hot. Oh my gosh. That became dog food in a hurry. And I hope the dog made it through that all right. Because it was hot. Good, good, good. I don't think I've ever seen any real hot ham like that, but it can regard it. The ham I got now is not hot. This bit, have to mix them up a little bit. Make sure they get that brown on there, the fried look to it. Soften them just a little bit, so let it go a little bit longer. And need to find my food. Here we are. Now, while that's sitting there and that's cooking there, let me get a couple pieces of ham. And we're going to go with the ham. Oh, I got the ham. Wrap it inside. But all I want to do is ham. I don't want to put a wild ham in there. Because the whole flavor of the thing and all that. So what we want to do is, let's see, grab some scissors. Again, scissors are really handy. Get all kinds of specialty things to do this. But I'm going to take it and cut the ham this, and then quick, I just cut it right into the pan. We're going to let that fry up with our veggies. There you go. Mix it all together. It's going to start sticking just pretty soon. We need to get it close done. Look at that. There you can see some of that's got the brown on it already. That's where we want it to be. That's where you want it to be. The ham's already pre-cooked, so just warming it up, okay? It's a sliced ham, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I hope you're enjoying this part of the training camp from here in the hills of eastern Kentucky. And I am in my brother's home because, you know, this place. And here, doing things that I thoroughly enjoy doing is preparing for people. Oh, good. Look at that. Look at that. It's starting to look good. Oh, my gosh. All right, so I'm going to take that out now and put it into another bowl. I'm going right here. Put it behind it. And this is way too hot now. If you can turn that off so it cools down, because it's almost ready to cook real fast. I'm putting this into this bowl. Now that part's all set. I'm not going to use the same pan either because it's got some of the tomato stuff stuck to the bottom. So I don't want that to happen with the scrambled eggs. Put that over here. I let it cool down just a little by itself, really slowly, and get the medium size, smaller pan. Okay, so we're put that right there. Remember, I got the catch. The cats are eating. It's the best flavor in the country, I think. Whenever I fix like an eggs Benedict, I fix a thing called egg sarto. It's similar to an eggs Benedict, but with a couple of exceptions. One, it's got you can put the bread underneath if you want. You don't have to, like the English muffin. But you can replace it with any kind of bread you want. You can put any kind of meat that you want under there. You can put any combination of your vegetables in there too. Your sauteed vegetables, including spinach, and slices of tomatoes. Put all that on there and saute that, and then fry an egg up or poach it or however you want to do it. Put that on top. Either put hollandaise sauce or American cheese or Swiss cheese or pepper jack cheese on there and then cover it with some of this. That makes it my version of an egg sourdough, something that you find down in Louisiana. It's really, really good. Well, I like it. I like food though. I don't know if you can tell. I have an affinity for food. Just good food. I mean, just food. And food in general. There's some things I won't eat. I'm not going to try. Haven't even tried this escargot. I don't know. I don't even know how you would fix this escargot. I have tried caviar, black Russian caviar, and I'm not too impressed with slime in my mouth. I hate teas to start out with, so this is worse. So yeah, some of that stuff I've tried. Some of it I just know for certain that I won't eat. And one thing that I had a friend, or actually a doctor at the VA down in Huntington, a couple months back, my orthopedics doctor, we were talking about things, and he said, you know, if you stand up a little bit straighter, like that, he's giving me some advice, and walk around more like this. And I'm thinking, well, doc, look, now I'm likely to run into things, and I get the idea that it will actually project and focus people's eyes in a different place. Yeah, so I need to practice more of that. Okay, more of that. Then he says, and try to eat some other, lots of vegetables and things like that. And I said, well, how do you get your protein? And he said, well, you got lentils and beans. You can also do tofu. So I went and bought some tofu. And I don't know how to fix tofu, really, at all, or what to do with it. But I tried it, just plain. And that little block of tofu ended up in the circular file over there because I was not impressed. It had zero taste. The texture was horrible. I know people like it, and it depends on how you fix it. You can put it in salads, you can put it in all kinds of things, and it's really good for you. But that initial taste all by itself, that was not impressive at all. So I'm going to get Pam out of the cabinet up here. This is the original canola oil blend, easy, clean up, no artificial preservatives, flavors, or fillers. Okay. Spray some in the bottom of that pan. I'm going to put the eggs in now. Pan should be hot enough for this now. I would really prefer just like a flat iron, flat grill, like the one I had in my restaurants. Because you can do so much with it. You got 350 degrees here, 400 over there. You can move stuff around. I mean, it's so much better than just one of these little, this kind of stuff. But it's also a lot more expensive. So let's see what happens. We're going to put this in here. And I'm not going to blend all this stuff together because Mom and Irma, my sister, aren't really fans of that kind of, it's a Southwestern, basically, a Southwestern style of scrambled eggs or, an omelet that Southwestern style. No, they just want their eggs and their bacon or their ham and their toast and some strawberry jelly. The things you deal with as a trans terrorist, the least you can take, right? Oh, come on. It's fun. Got that going. Okay. Scrambled eggs. We're going to go get Mom out of bed here in just a little bit. Get her medicine to her and all that. She needs to get ready for her visit with the therapist, physical therapist, which is about an hour or 10 minutes. So, still got the pie in the oven. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So this is day 4 and 5. Yesterday was day 4, I think. This is 5 at the one of those crazy trans-terrorist training camps. I can't believe they're doing all that. Oh my God, it's just disgusting. But anyway, people are entitled to believe and do whatever they want. But I still remember all the stories about the Japanese that were interned illegally in World War II, don't you? Japanese internment camps rounded up simply because they were Japanese. The government ended up having to, well, they should have paid out a lot of restitution for that. Okay, well, let's sit for just a minute and then come back to it here and finish blending this together. And it's just a basic, simple plate. Toast some bread to go with it. Just regular old white bread, This is honey wheat bread. And it's good. It's good stuff, It's plenty neat. Let me warm up my cup of coffee. Got to keep me awake here. Breakfast blend of Folgers coffee with some cream, rich vanilla cream. Okay, getting closer. Now I'm going to turn the heat back on and stove here just a little bit. So I didn't want it to stay hot up too much. I didn't want it to stay hot. I just burn everything up really quickly. You know how it is if you move too fast and you have a flanking maneuver over here and a flanking maneuver over there, and you got the terrorists all lined up, and you don't want other people to kind of get you. You got to make sure your team are all trained and equipped to handle the job. Well, the team here, highly trained and skilled. They know exactly when I bring breakfast. Oh my gosh. Well, a few people watching there. Probably the drive-by watchers. I don't know. There's some drive-by people who do watch it now and then. And I never know it until well after the fact. But the numbers that are coming in from places like LinkedIn and YouTube and different places that they watch at different times. Yeah, it's starting to mount up there. Oh, coffee. Coffee. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for supper tonight. Y'all have any idea for what kind of camp food do we need for supper? Terrorist training. I think maybe a Boy Scout meal would be really good for this evening. You know what that is? Some people call it a hobo meal, but it's something Dad showed all of us, and I think all 6 of us kids love it. Most of us make it for our families. Boy Scout meal, it's just a lot of potatoes and celery and onions, and carrots and hamburger meat and lots of garlic and a lot of butter. When Dad did it, he would put it in aluminum foil, wrap it up tight, and put it on a campfire, bury it in the coals and campfire, and let it cook for about an hour, basically, 50 minutes to an hour, underneath the coals. And oh my God, that was the best. Get you a piece of bread and some garlic and go with that, and oh my God, it's fantastic stuff. So I think maybe I'll do that this evening. I'll have to get some potatoes and onions and carrots and things, but that'd be a good meal for this evening. I heard. A little excursion into the hills here, right? So, let me see. I'm going to grab a couple of plates. We'll take this, turn it over. Kind of fluffy. It's good. Good. My sister's already had her breakfast, really, but it's around 6:30 this morning. And she wanted one of those Lunchables, so that's what she got. That is gone. She's putting that plate out there. So, almost there, folks. Almost there. We got 3 plates. We got these eggs. I'm not going to take them out of the pan. We're going to leave them in here and just kind of move them off the burner. And over there. And now we're all set for just a really, really simple breakfast. The ham and the peppers are all separate. Got toast over here ready to roll. Got Tony Cassandre's Creole seasoning there. That's mostly for me. And at which point, I have to turn off the camera for a little bit so you can make sure I get them on up and everything like that. So, hope y'all have a really good day. And I'll see you around 12 noon Eastern time when I continue with the show. And we'll have more in day 4 and 5 from the hills of Appalachia. Bye for now, everybody.